What's going on, everybody? Thanks for watching the channel. Back at you with another update on the 2JZ BMW, and today we are finally going to start putting the engine back together. But first, I need you guys to go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, tell us how messed up we are. If you like what you see, if you like what we're doing, feel free to hit us up, ask questions. I'll give you answers. Full disclosure, we're by no means professionals. In fact, we are probably, if you remember, we had an issue with a couple of bent valves. And by couple, I mean four bent valves, broken valve guide, and a lot of other issues going on with that thing. But we took care of it. You see here, we got the head off. We put in new Brian Crowder springs, retainers, locks, replaced the bent valves, got GSC power guides in, new valve seals. So yeah, we took care of that. Now we just gotta get it back together. But first we gotta put the turbo manifold back on so I can drop everything into the engine at once. And then we'll build out from there. Alright guys, so first things first, we're just going to start off by wiping down the mating surfaces for the gaskets. We'll throw on, we got a set of D&J gaskets. Again, nothing fancy, but they're just OEM replacements for the gaskets. And then after that, we'll throw our hot side on. And that should be all we need to do to drop the head back on. So we'll drop those on there. We'll grab the hot side, but first I think I'm going to get this suspended in the air. So I ended up not suspending the head yet, but instead we're just going to go ahead and mount it while it's down here. Or if anything goes wrong and it falls, it's falling from this height, not from 4 feet in the air. Alright, this is all boring stuff for you guys, so we're just going to fast forward ahead until when the bolts are tightened down and the head's in the air. Alright, so we got the hot side on, bolted down. Next up, we got to get a head gasket onto our block. If you guys remember, we've got the Wiseco standard bore GTE head gasket. I think it's like 1.3 mil compressed thickness. Let's see. Yep, 1.3 mil. So we'll go ahead and throw that on there. Then we'll set the head on top of it. And from there, it should be all the small tedious stuff like the wiring, the coolant hookups, the timing belts, cams, buckets, springs, all that stuff. So
Rise on the track.
Oh man, I don't think you guys heard a single thing I was saying because I didn't turn the mic on. Anyway, we finally got all the new studs in, new washers. Had a few little mishaps along the way, like dropped an Allen key in a bolt hole, and I also spilled all the new washers throughout the engine bay. But I was able to find them. They're all in here now. Everything's where it needs to be. Next up, just putting the actual nuts on the studs, torque them down, and then final stretch after that. So we'll go ahead and take care of that, and I'll check back in with you guys when it's done. All right, so for our first pass, we're gonna go through, we'll do it at 30 foot-pounds. It's recommended to go through in 3 even passes up to 80 pounds. And actually, that's like 23 foot-pounds. So I'll start here. So the next pass, 26 and 26 should be 52. And the next one, we're going to go all the way up to 80. All right, everything's torqued down now, 80 foot-pounds. Let's set your torque wrench back to 0. Or else it'll end up all shitty like mine. That's it. I'll probably just wait till tomorrow, throw the cams back in. Have the buckets in, then the cams in so I can measure the shims. All right, so still the same day. I couldn't wait until tomorrow, but I already got the camshafts in. Now I'm just gonna throw the caps on there, torque them down, gonna rotate the cams, get our measurements on each of the buckets and the shims so that we know what our shims need to be when we go to order the new cams, and we can order the shims at the same time. I'm not gonna go ahead and replace the shims before I replace the cams. We're gonna leave the cams on. Once we get them in place, just be done with it. You guys probably saw me struggling a little bit with this back bucket. I have no idea what was going on with that, but I was able to pull a bucket off of the other head, dropped it in there, went in just fine, so that should take care of that. there you have it. We got all the way up to the camshafts being installed today. Then I'm going to leave it at that. They're not torqued down yet, but as you can see, everything's back where it needs to be, all the way up to our seals being in. They're snug down, just not torqued down like I said. But we'll probably save that for tomorrow. It's getting a little bit late and I want to go spend some time with the family before the kids go to bed. But hopefully by this time tomorrow, we should have it 90, 95% put back together. So we'll check it out next time.